Hi, I'm Lulu. Welcome to Lulu's Way. I'm glad you're here. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody. How does Lulu do Thanksgiving? You all know how I eat. You all know what I do. And I've had so many people ask me, what do you do on Thanksgiving? What do you do on your birthday? What do you do on Christmas? What do you do at weddings? The answer is do the same thing that I always do, because Thanksgiving and Christmas and my birthday and weddings for me are not about food. They're just not about food. Food is not a recreational activity for me. Food is the way that I nourish myself and take care of myself. And it's amazing what happens when you just use food in that way, and then you're present in all these celebrations with family and friends and people that you love in a whole different way, because the focus is not on the food. Um, I'm not distracted by the food. I'm not thinking about what I'm going to have next and I shouldn't have it, or I can, trying to justify everything and how many of these did I have, and I could have this many because I walked this morning, and all that stuff that's has been eliminated from my life. It was a big part of my life for 55 years, and now it has not been a part of my life for 10 years. And I know people ask about, how, treat yourself, treat yourself. I treat myself every day to amazing meals and the clarity to stay focused on things that matter. That's just how I do it. So today I'm going to my nephew's for Thanksgiving with all the people I love. We'll all be there to celebrate a thankful day. So what do? I bring my meal. Um, I love to just bring my meal. Now, they're eating at 3. I don't eat at 3. 3 is the middle of the day for me. The others, they might have a snack. They won't have a lunch. They'll have a little snack to hold them over till the 3 o'clock dinner. However people do it, it just doesn't matter. It's just not what I do. So I usually eat around 5. And because when I eat that last meal of the day, that's going to take me through till the next morning. So I don't want to have it at 3 o'clock, and I don't want to wait till 3 o'clock to have my lunch, because it's just too many hours to wait. Like when it's around lunchtime, my fuel light comes on, and it's time to eat. It's like, Lily, you're low on fuel, and then I need it, and I get it. So I'm going to put together my meal that I'm going to bring for Thanksgiving, and whatever everybody else is doing at 5 o'clock, I'm going to take a guess, and it will be there's going to be a lot of musicians, so there'll be guitars strumming, there'll be sing-alongs, there'll be dancing. I just know at 5 o'clock, I can just sit there and eat my meal. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. So I'm going to make my meal now. So let's see what I'm going to do. I have some broccoli that I cooked yesterday and some butternut squash. I had this for dinner last night, and I'm going to have it for Thanksgiving dinner today. And I made a batch of white sweet potatoes, and the reason that they're all browned up is because I roasted them in the oven. If I make them in the pressure cooker, they come out kind of like boiled, and that's still really good. But when I have a toaster oven, I like to roast. And yesterday I made some smoked paprika chicken. Those are chicken thighs that I just baked in the oven with smoked paprika. So, okay, so I'm going to get my little container. This is my to-go container that I take my meals on the road with me. They're plastic, but they're BPA free. So I feel comfortable eating out of these. I don't heat in plastic. This meal I will have room temperature. I'll keep it room temperature for a few hours before it's time to eat, and room temperature food is just fine. I can eat cold, room temp, hot, doesn't matter. So first thing when I make my meals is I grab my scale. So the first things first is to get the scale out. So I'm going to get my veggies all weighed out in here. So I'm going to get a nice big handful of broccoli. And I cooked the butternut squash. It was this little mini. They were mini ones. This was the whole size of the squash. They were absolutely adorable. So I like to cook them in the skins, and then I just take the skins off after. And some people peel them before, I peel them after. It's just what I do. Because see, it just comes off easy. These I also roasted in the oven. Uh, I think they're too watery to get crispy. So they came out like boiled, but they're just delish. Delish. Okay, so that's 1610, so I need to take out a little bit. I know this seems really strange, but it's just what I do. It's just what I do. And all of this goes in my compost bin, and I compost all of this, and I make my own soil every year. There's my compost bin right there. So when I was gone on my road trip, I wasn't able to weigh in. So when I got home, the first thing I did was weigh in. Now, this is really interesting because I felt like I had lost a little weight, maybe a pound or two. It just felt like that. People were writing to me telling me that it looks like I lost weight. And when I got home, I was up a pound. So I went from 133, which is my ideal weight, to 134, which is still in my ideal range, which is a 5 pound range. 131 to 135 is my range. So I'm in my range. So to me, I just stayed the same. But isn't it interesting? It doesn't matter what I think, and it doesn't matter what people say to me. What's true for me is what the scale tells me. So if I was making food choices and decisions based on how I felt, I would have started adding food. Oh, everyone's telling me that I lost weight. You know, let me add more food. And then what happens? So I don't make any changes until I'm out of my range. If I'm over 135, I take some food away. If I'm below 131, I add some food. It's just as simple as that. So I'll weigh again on December 1st, and then on the 1st of every month that I'm home. So I'm going to cut some of these more in like bite-sized pieces. I don't want to have to cut things, and I just like to have everything in bite-sized pieces as I go. So see, I'm even going to do that with the squash. Those in bite-sized pieces. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful, I said. Beautiful. So now I'm going to get my sweet potatoes. And I do 5 ounces of grain. This is considered my grain, which is kind of like my starch, my carb. And I do 5 ounces of this because I am maintaining my weight. The food plan to reduce your weight has the carb serving at 4 ounces, and I had 4 ounces of carb at my meals when I was reducing my weight. It was a long, long time ago. Thank you, God. All right, so I'm going to do 5 ounces of this. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's too much. That's it right there. So I'm going to cut this up too into bite-sized pieces. I love these sweet potatoes. I missed them while I was on the road because it was very hard to find the Japanese white. I was having white sweet potato. It's like a different one. I'll show it to you. I still have some that I got. They're white sweet potato. If I scratch, you can see that the flesh is white. They're They're delicious, and they have the consistency of a white potato, but they're sweet, so they were very good. Oh, but there's nothing like the Japanese white. So I was able to get those again. I was very happy. I was a very happy little foodie. Well, this will go in my compost too. And look at how many more meals I'm going to get out of these veggies and these sweet potatoes. I like to prep cook. I like to prep cook. All right, so now I'm going to get 4 ounces of this chicken. And again, I like to cut it into bite-sized pieces. And I like to use scissors because it's just, I don't have to put this on a cutting board and make a mess of a cutting board. I was going to get turkey, but you know, what doesn't need to have turkey? You don't need to have turkey. All right, and I have all this chicken for the next few days. There we have it. Now I'm going to put on some avocado oil, and I do 0.5 ounce, which is the equivalent of 1 tablespoon. It's just easier for me to weigh the ½ ounce than to dirty a tablespoon. So now, white pepper, pink salt, and this is my Thanksgiving meal. This is all I need. When I eat this, this is heavy. This is a lot of food. When I eat this, I will be satiated and full. And then before I eat it, I will be hungry. And then when I eat it, I'll be satiated and full. And I will be present for the celebration of Thanksgiving. And when I get home, I'm going to feel as light as a feather and as bright as the moon, because I haven't spent the day hurting myself with food. I haven't spent the day trying to get it all in, just not doing it. So I asked the hostess of the party, which is my nephew's wife, I asked her what I could bring. And she said, well, we're all kind of set on the meal, but we don't have desserts. Would you like to bring a dessert? And I thought, sure, I can bring a dessert. Whatever I would bring and contribute to this meal, I wasn't going to have anyway. I mean, I know I could have that turkey that comes out of the oven. I know it's just a big. I like my stuff. I like the stuff that I buy. I just do. I'm going to show you what I bought. I decided not to bake, and I bought some goodies to bring. I'll show you what I brought. Okay, so I brought whippy pies. How adorable are those? Got some whippy pies. I got some Danish. That's lemon Danish, raspberry Danish, and coconut custard Danish. And I got sticky buns with pecans and cinnamon, and looks like honey and everything you would need when you want to have something sweet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them all in this. You know I love zebra. Well, look at this zebra baking dish that I found at a thrift store one day. It was like $5. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Look at it. But I'm going to lay all these out. I'm going to put the whippy pies over here. I'll put the Danishes down the middle, put the sticky buns over here. I'll put some plastic wrap on top and take it just like that for the table. And I am more than happy to bring all of this. This is what they want. I don't try to find healthy desserts for other people. They don't want them. They want this. And that's what they get, because they're not me. And, you know, I always say, the way I eat and the way that perhaps you eat, and if you're struggling with food and you eat this stuff, um, I don't believe that I'm better than you. I just believe that I'm better off. You can feel the difference there. I'm not better than you. Just better off because I'm just not struggling anymore. So there's something to be said for a life that without struggling. Um, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to have my lunch before I go. And I put a beautiful lunch together. I'll show you that too. I made this about an hour ago and I just put a plate on top to cover it. And I will enjoy this when it's time to eat. And what I made was this delicious salad, avocado, nori seaweed, butter lettuce, tomatoes, carrots, radish, cold broccoli, scallions, artichoke hearts, some cooked grains. It's a mix of basmati rice, wild rice, quinoa, and farro, which is like a wheat. 5 ounces of that, 16 ounces of salad, 5 ounces of the grains. And these are the scallops I got yesterday. I splurged on scallops. I saw them. I haven't had them in a while. And I bought like a half a pound because they were like $28 a pound. So I bought a half a pound. I had half at dinner last night and I got half in here. So they're just like pan seared and now they're cold in the salad. And I put on some half an ounce of olive oil, some salt and pepper. This will be a delicious lunch. This will take me right through till dinner time, wherever I am. If I'm at someone's house, if it's Thanksgiving, if it's someone's birthday, if someone's getting married, this comes with Lulu wherever I go. This is what I look like on holidays. This is what I look like going to your house on Thanksgiving. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I am so grateful.